welcome back. If this is your first time, I hope you'll stay. Espero que te quedes. So in today's video, we're going to go over 10 points to do's and not to do's in exams. And so I hope you'll stick by me as we go through these points. Now, this is just not, I'm not saying this is only, this only pertains to Spanish. This is for everything, okay? So you can apply this to your other subjects also, okay? I have to warn you, there's a class going on over there and another over there. So if it gets a little bit noisy, perdonadme, okay? Perdonadme, por favor. Okay, so your first point, the first thing you need to make sure that you've done is make yourself un calendario. Un calendario, so a calendar. So we are looking to find out all the dates for all our exams. We're going to then allocate a day, an hour for each subject, so we know this is when I'm going to study maths, this is when I'm going to study Spanish, this is when I'm going to study French, this is when I'm going to study English, lit, whatever it is. You need a clear timetable with a date, a time each day that you're going to study each subject, and that is going to give you a lot of clarity. So you do this for each subject, and so this means that you're already in the zone, okay? You are organizing your thoughts, your subjects, and that's your first step, okay? Right, it makes it so much better for us if we know what we're doing, when we're doing, and so we don't leave it all to the last minute and then panic. We do that. We're all guilty of doing that sometimes, or spending way too much time on the subject you actually like and then neglecting the others. Finding that balance is key, okay? So your calendar, your timetable, your first thing. Make sure you've got that done. Right, the second thing that you need to make sure you're doing is you're preparing your material well. I'm talking about Spanish for this one, okay? So you're going to make sure that you're looking at your vocab for each unit, for each theme. So you're doing listenings, you're doing past papers, mocks. You can do all of these things on your own, and I'm sure your teacher won't have a problem with giving you extra material to prepare. You prepare. Do it with a friend, a classmate. Study together. Okay, and I don't mean we're going to study at 5 o'clock and you just mess around in your room for an hour or 2 hours. No, an actual plan. Okay, you're going to test me to see if I know the vocab on the topic of relationship, family and relationship. You test me and then I'll test you. Okay, or let's have a dialogue. Let's have a conversation. Here are some typical questions they ask in exams. You ask me, I'll give you my answers, and so on. We'll write the answers down and then go through them, and we'll see how we do, okay? That's your number 2. Okay, number 3 is discipline. It's very, very important that you are disciplined with what we've talked about, your timetable. If you have a timetable, it's not like, okay, I'll do it today and I'll do it when I remember next week sometime. You have to be disciplined, okay? So stick by the plan. It's going to pay off if you do this, I promise you, it really will, okay? Number 4, piensa en positivo. So you have to think in a positive manner, okay? And this does a lot, and this is for all levels, all ages. If you're keeping a positive mindset and you're saying to yourself, do you know, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, so I'm going to be okay. How can you not be? You know, you have to go in thinking, I'm doing it right, I've been going to class, I've been doing my homework, I've got my study plan, I'm sticking by it, and so everything is going to be just fine. And I've got a good memory, okay? Trust yourself. That will take you miles. That self-belief. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yo puedo. Say it with me. Yo sí puedo. Yes, I can. I can do it. You can. Take that with you all the way. you're going to do it. You're going to get a 10. You're going to get the best mark. You're going to get a 9. Okay? That is it. You're going to do it. There's no other way to think. There's no room for negativity. Negativity, come. Out the window. Fling it out the window. We don't need it. We don't need the negativity here. Not in our space, we don't. Okay? Right. I know it's easier said than done, because a lot of us spend time going, oh gosh, I'm so horrible. I'm rubbish at this. I'm going to do really badly. I'm just not prepared. We don't want to hear any of that. We don't want to hear any of that. We're going to do just fine. Okay? Positive thoughts. Right? Next one. Dormir bien la noche anterior. Dormir bien la noche anterior. So, nada de trasnochar. Trasnochar? Pulling an all-nighter. None of that. So we're not going to stay up late all night trying to study everything in one night. That's not going to happen, no, because we've taken those steps before. Okay, and this is not going to help you. So walking into an exam well rested is going to pay off. So you must sleep well the night before. No cramming. There's no point in that, because that's just going to make you more nervous. And if you don't know the stuff that you've been seeing all year, you're not going to get that all done in one night. You're just going to make yourself crazy. But you just take the steps. Do the steps in order. Okay? Ejercicio, it's number 6. Ejercicio moderado. Moderate exercise. Okay? Do some light exercise the night before. This will also help you to sleep better. Okay, so you are relaxing yourself the night before and you're entering in that zone before. So you drink a nice cup of relaxing tea. What is it called? ¿Cómo se llama? There's a tea that's really good for relaxing your nerves. Valeriano o algo así? No sé cómo se llama. Ask your mom. I'm sure she'll know. Okay? Do some light exercise or meditation the night before and rest well. Okay? That's key. Next. So you get to the exam. You get to the exam and you're there with all los compañeros. Okay? Los compañeros, your classmates. No hables con tus compañeros antes de entrar. Okay? No hables con ellos. Okay? So don't stand by the door, by the hall, and start talking to your friends about the exam. Do not do it. Do not do it. This one will be talking about all the stuff that she's studied or that she hasn't studied, or stuff that they've gone over, and you'll be thinking, oh my gosh, I haven't done that. Oh my God, I'm going to fail. Don't do it. The only thing that does is cause negative effects. Okay? It's going to make you even more nervous. So you can talk to your friend, but not about the exam. Do not mention it. If they start asking, oh, did you study? Let's meditate. Okay, okay? Don't talk to them about the exam. Okay? Right. Next thing that a lot of people do, you see them with their books outside. Oh gosh, I've forgotten how to say this in Spanish. Don't start studying just before you get into the exam, because you're going to get the feeling that you don't know anything, you can't remember anything, and oh my God, it's going to be a disaster, and what am I going to do? And don't do that. If you don't know it already, you're not going to know it now. And the only thing you're going to be doing is adding extra stress, and we don't need it. Okay? So to make sure your nerves are not up there, controlled, don't start revising outside the exam. Okay? It makes no sense. Okay? Right. Lee bien las preguntas. Lee bien las preguntas, number 9. So read the questions properly. You won't believe how many people mess up on this. You know, sometimes even in class, you go in through exams and you're like, you know this. You've written about this. You know this. I know. And the student will say to you, I read the instructions wrong. I made a mistake. So read the instructions slowly, reread it, and make sure that you do understand it. Because what happens? Sometimes they're asking you to answer in Spanish, sometimes they're asking you to answer in English, or sometimes they're asking you a simple question and you've misread it, or you've ignored a word. Or make sure you understand the question. Reread it to make sure it is what you're supposed to be answering. Because sometimes it's not that you don't know the answer, but it's that you didn't read the question well. So read the question carefully. Take your time to do that. Okay? It's amazing. So many points are lost because we didn't read the question or the instructions carefully, and we just messed up there. Don't lose points there for that. Okay? Just don't do it. All right. Okay. Next and last point is organize your time wisely in the exam. So, how much time do you have? You have an hour and 40 minutes? Okay, you know that you have 45 minutes for this section. Don't spend 10 minutes on a question that you're struggling with and you don't know the answer. If you see that you don't know the answer, skip it and go on to the next one. Go through the paper, answer the questions that you do know the answers to. Do that first. You can always go back, but think, okay, if I have 45 minutes and I have the 30 questions or 25 questions, I can give each question 2 minutes-ish, a minute and a half-ish. Don't spend forever on one question and then not have enough time to complete the rest of the paper. Okay, so organize your time. How much time can I permit myself to, can I allow for each question? Because then that's when you start to panic, when you think, oh my God, I've only got half an hour down. I've only got half an hour left and I've only answered 2 questions. Okay, think. This is how much time I've got. These are how many questions I have. So realistically, each question will take roughly a minute and a half or whatever. Some questions, you know, you'll finish, you'll just know it and you'll do it in a few seconds. That's fine. So it gives you more time to work on the harder questions, but get those easy ones out of the way initially. Okay? Right. For your listenings, you know the vocabulary, and so you just have to go in and think, well, I'm not going to know every single word they say, but can I summarize? Can I get a general idea of what they mean? Go on and answer your question and tell yourself you know everything they're saying. One of the massive point that we notice a lot is that if you think when someone's talking to you in English, you don't actually know everything that they're going to say, but you just deduce. Because it's your language, so you don't think, I'm not going to understand. But going into a Spanish exam, you're thinking, oh gosh, I'm not going to know what they're talking about because I don't know so many things. Don't think that, okay? Go in again with number 4, be positive. I do know what they're talking about. This is going to be easy. This is just like English. You know, when we get paranoid that the volume is not loud enough, but it's not to do with volume, it's our mindset, because we're walking in thinking that we don't know what they're going to say. So as I said, tell yourself that. The mind is very powerful. And so if you walk in to your listening thinking, okay, I already know what they're talking about, I know lots of vocab, piece of cake. Breathe. Meditate, and you're going to do absolutely brilliant. Okay, good luck, and let me know how you get on, and I'm sure it's all going to be marvelous. And with that, guys, I'm going to leave you, and until next time, adios, mucha suerte.